Hey guys, Anthony here. I'm at the camper today. Did a video that's going to be posted later today. Just wanted to bring you guys or answer a few questions that I received recently. And maybe it was from some people that hadn't seen any of my prior videos on how I power the RV without being hooked up to shore power. I'm showing you the bed back here for a reason. I have this paper that came with the RV. This is a 2016, I believe it is. Forest River R-Pod 179 is the model. It's 17 feet inside, and with the tongue and everything, it's about 20 feet. And so this is the RV queen bed that's in here. And so I'm going to be working on pulling that paper down soon. That's going to be my project as soon as the weather cools down a little bit. So some of this can be really taken off pretty easily, but some of this here is still on pretty good. So I don't know if I may leave the paper that's up really solid like it is right there. I may leave that and then peel this down, paint this white to match what's here right now. Okay, I'm powering this RV right now with one of my batteries. I'll show you that in a minute. Over here on this wall, everything looks pretty good. I don't think I'll spend much time in this area. Although at the top there, it's a little loose, but I'll just leave that. I'm going to pull down the stuff that's giving me a problem first. Like this little piece right here by the bath, in between where the radio and this little closet is. And you see in this closet, I've got gear staged, clothes and stuff for winter and fall already staged and in place in here. Jackets. So I did that a while ago, but this will come down. It's kind of bubbling, so I'll try to pull this down, although the bottom piece is not. So I may need a heat gun, which I have at home, to get the rest of this off. And then I'll paint it again. I'll paint it white because it's that plywood color right now once I peel this off. Over here where the slide out is, I'm good to go. Everything looks good here. Again, this whole little unit slides out. Looks about, almost 3 feet. So this whole kitchenette area where I sit and make my videos all goes out another 3 feet, and I have a whole nother area right here that opens up. But the paper looks good. This paper and then this paper's really on. There's no bubbles in it at all, even on the top here. Again, there's a light. I'll show you. There's the lights I'm running. You see the radio is activated. Inside the restroom, again, I'm going to probably pull that down and paint it with some, just this piece here. Or I may just try to glue that back up since the rest looks pretty good in here. All the rest looks pretty good. So I may try to repair that, take that little hook thing down and repair that. I don't know. I have to look and see. There's a vent fan and there's a light. There's a switch. Oh, here's the light for the bathroom. That's the bathroom light right there. Okay. Wet bath, bowl, sink. Everything is winterized. I didn't use the camper this summer as far as putting water through it or anything, although I've been using it. And so there's my electric panel that you see here. And so in here I have hooked up, you see the wire running in here, and I have the wires coming up here, and then they come down under the mat there and up on the counter. I've had that hooked into the DC side of the system. Okay, so one of these wires right now, I'm running 12 volt to this Jackery Explorer, which 90% of the time, this is all I need, because this will run my lights, my fan, really anything I need when I'm just hanging out in here. Earlier last year, I put a port to the outside right there. There's another door outside that lifts up, and I could bring in solar panel wires or a plug for an extension, but I could bring the solar panel wires right in and put it right onto my battery, whichever battery I'm using, and charge via solar if I have good sun. 2-burner stove. I usually keep this on top. Electric coffee pot. Everything is kind of set up, ready to go. Sink area. There's a 12-volt fan that I plug in sometimes. This is the Endless Breeze. This is a famous fan that a lot of people have. Again, this plugs in to this battery here, or any battery that you have, and it'll run 3 speeds on the fan right there and give you 12-volt power for a fan. There's my convection oven. So a couple questions came in as to how I power. Right now, today, I'm powering with this Jackery. I'm using, you see right here at the bottom, 13 watts. And that 13 watts I'm using, there's nothing coming in, so I'm not charging with anything. And the battery's at 74% level. And I have it on the DC side. The AC side, I'm not using anything, although I could plug the TV set into this and watch TV in here if I wanted to. So 13 watts is what the system is using to power my LED lights that I have on. I have a couple on right now. The radio's on, so it activates the different things that run the DC side of the house. So that's how I'm doing that today. I use a lot of these little packing bags, the well-traveled bags for clothing, for different types of gear, to keep stuff in here. Some towels, some extra blankets, some sheets, a whoopee. Got a sheet on the bed, another blanket there. Again, I still have some clothes in the closet. And on top of this, guys, I keep a whole nother version of this in my van. So if I did have to leave in a hurry and I wasn't able to take much, I already have some stuff ready to go. And so, and I keep a few items on board here that I would need on a trip, or if I had to go grab and go. Toolbox, kits, different things that you need. No food or anything. I have some of that in the van. Just items you would need, like, toilet paper, coffee press, soaps and salt, pepper, candles, security light. So these are things, and then this other wire that runs back here, I'm not going to show, I'll show you another time. My other battery that's in the van, the Bluetti AC 200P, the 2000 watt battery, has a 12 volt, a little different than this, that puts out, instead of 10 amps or 12 amps, puts out 30 or 25 or 30 amps. So it gives me more capacity to run stuff longer, and to run like the slide out in and out with no problem, to run the refrigerator longer if I needed it. That 2000 watt battery will do a lot more. So I have another separate cord that I could just switch up, plug it into that, and have it power the other battery, power the DC side, but has more amperage in it. And so that's why I bought that Bluetti battery. So I'm getting ready to go back and back to the house, but I wanted to just show you guys, because there were some questions asked on some of the various channels that I have. I think it was Facebook too, some people asked. And so if you have an RV, you can run it off of, without shore power, you could run it off these batteries, and these now 1000 watt batteries are a lot less. I paid a lot more for that years ago when I bought it than what it costs now. And plus they've upgraded it since then. They charge up a lot faster, faster charging when you recharge them via a generator, solar, or from the wall. They charge up very fast. This one takes a little bit of time. But my new Pecron charges very fast. My 3000 or 3600 watt unit charges very fast from the wall. I think in less than 2 hours it'll top it off from zero. So that's my video today, guys. Just thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions, please submit them. And again, an RV is a really good investment. I know they lose their value as far as like resale and stuff like that, but if your purpose, like mine, wasn't really to resell it or whatever, mine was to use it as you know, for leisure, but also with the mindset of if I needed to go somewhere and I lost, something happened to my house or my dwelling, like a fire or a bad flood, or we were forced to leave, we have a shelter to go to. We don't have to really rely on family if we didn't have to in the beginning. This could hold us over until, you know, something else came up to help us. So that's my thinking when I invested in the RV. Was first of all, to have fun for me and my wife and the dogs, which we did. Now it's still holds that value to me, but now more so I lean to the side of almost like a bug out location, or a bug out, like you would bug out to a cabin in the woods or something. Well, that could be this. I could take this somewhere on a plot of ground, maybe a friend's house, or people that I know that have property that were friendly towards me, and I could, without bothering them for shelter, I could provide my own shelter, power, and things, and not need much from them other than to stay near or on their land. And so that's my thinking when I think now about future problems that we may face in this country. So this is just part of a plan that I put in place years ago, and it's like having insurance or a spare tire. You may not need it, but at some point you may need it. Your tire goes flat, something happens, you need insurance. This is insurance policy of shelter and some basic accoutrements of home. So think about that, guys. Anthony signing off. Make an investment in one of these. I wouldn't recommend anything lower than 1500 watt, 2000 watts, because they're inexpensive. They're a lot more reasonable. You get a good 2000 watt unit. You could power lots of things in a grid down for, you know, a good amount of time, especially if you have a 12 volt refrigerator. You don't have to worry about running your big household refrigerator. A 12 volt refrigerator like I have in the van can keep some items cold for you to stay, you know, keep some cold items and be powered for, you know, on a 2000 watt unit, you're looking at over a week before you have to recharge that unit if you're just powering that 12 volt refrigerator. So just that alone is worth its weight, because if you got medicine, diabetic medicine, or other medicines that need to stay cold, you have that ability. You could even make ice. If you needed to make ice, you lower it down to ice making mode, buy some ice molds, ice trays, and make your own ice. The ice can help cool it during the day, keep the refrigerator cold without even running it, and save on the power of your battery. So those are just some ideas, guys. Wanted to answer those questions, and hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. Take care. Stay ready.